was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the Falcons grab it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yep, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over.
Ready up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, it floated on him, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the 49ers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, that's kind of one of those we saw developing and had interception written on it from the second that ball left his hand.
And if you're going to throw a floater like that, it really only works if you're leading a tight end on a flag route or something to the corner of the end zone. If you're going to throw a ball like that to the sideline, you're just giving the defender way too much time to make a read on it, step in, and make the play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, if it's 2 in a row, we'll be hit 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey.
Here's Algier again on second down. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Koo knocks this one through the posts. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Lance to throw it. And Shark hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 30 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Lance. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Jalen Waddle, 37 yards. And the Niners have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Starting the drive with Algier. And some room to maneuver. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's got Patterson on the out route. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. 10 more there and another first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts from 19 yards away. And the Falcons have regained the lead. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end and those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line.
How many times in the course of a game do you talk about momentum plays? And I think we just saw one there. Just scored, right?
Just took the lead.
Just took the lead, went downfield, got the ball free again and picked it up. They got a chance to really get the momentum on their side now.
And now they'll try to pile on. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Falcons. Tyler Boyd from 10 yards out. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Lance. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Now back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Let's go now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was, and if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
49ers 14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mitchell. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 47.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They run over center with Mitchell. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. DJ Chark. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
On the double.
Lance now on 1st down. Open net is Waddle complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lance. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jalen Waddle as the first half is winding down. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So first down, and they'll stick with Algier. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd, here's Algier. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive stand here from 1st and goal? 3 straight incompletion.
Yeah, I think people are wondering why didn't they try and run it at least once in there. But once the first incompletion happened, it's almost like they were committed to throwing the ball from then on out.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Ready. 43 rail.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 125 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Mitchell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, That's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Ready,
Second and 10.
Fight 60. Green back. Ready.
And now they'll throw with Lance. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
1st down, and they'll start with Algier. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd and 1. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 69 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Right, 97. Black cat. Blue striker. Black ultra. Ready?
Ritter will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points. He's got a man complete. Touchdown 49ers. Jalen Waddle, saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have got it back to within a score. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Algier going straight ahead. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
They'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Returnable here from the 38. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's got this down to the 35. 140 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Another run with Mitchell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give here to Mitchell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Yellow, line. Ready?
Running left, here's Mitchell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
On the handoff, Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's got room past the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Elijah Mitchell saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the 49ers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take another shot here. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts 75 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
That ties the game.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second and a yard, Lance. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Touchdown 49ers. Jalen Waddle, 66 yards. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons.
Touchdown.
Calvin Ridley, 76 yards. And the Falcons' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him. And look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Wow, 240 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Good yardage there on first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Here's Mitchell. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Right back to Mitchell on second down. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
Ready, set. Ready.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way.
Set, hut. Triple, 38. Hut, hut.
Going for it, it's Mitchell. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Right back to Mitchell here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On third down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Back to throw. That's caught by Pitts. And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
I'm the best, and I can't